Hey guys, it's the Buy Sell Love SoCal team here, and we are in beautiful Irvine. Are we in Irvine or Tustin?
We're in Tustin. We crossed over the marketplace to the Tustin side.
Okay, so we are doing a quick market update, and it's going to be quick because this week there's not a whole lot new going on, except for all the drama in the media about the market.
How the drama!
It's wild.
We
the
had
market
one client
is crashing.
send us that text or that news article the other day. I was just like, that's so dramatic.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So we referenced the Dave Ramsey video a week or two ago, and he hit it on the head. We are not coming into a huge crash. Let's give just a couple of stats that support our opinion why we think that a giant crash is not coming. And forgive my shakiness, I am holding this in selfie mode. So number one is 51% of homeowners actually have a mortgage rate that is lower than 3%. Okay.
Those lucky ducks.
I have 2.75. What do you have?
Well, something like that.
Okay. What
I
do
don't
you
know
have?
how many times
I'm
we've
3 and 7.
Okay. Why?
I'm not going anywhere.
Why would I want to get into a 5 right now? Because okay, so we were approaching the 6s, right? And now it's gotten back into the 5s. We're in the mid to high 5s. We don't want to quote anything right now because it could vary. But honestly, like things can change on a daily basis. And I don't want to get up to the 6%.
Like unless you really have to or really want to, people are not going to do the impulse buy and move that they were doing a couple years ago when it was easy and cheap.
Right. That makes no sense. Okay. So number one, people have low interest rates. A lot of people, they don't want to get into high interest rates. What's number two?
Well, that is going to keep inventory low. So when you think back to the crash that's on everybody's mind because it was the most recent one. Oh, well, most recent one. The only actual housing crash, but it was the most recent recession that's on everybody's brain, right? So 2008, inventory in 2008, 14,000 homes were on the market here in Orange County. Okay. Right now, there are less than 4,000 homes for sale in Orange County. A fraction. A quarter of the number of homes, and inventory just so low.
So everyone's talking about inventory's going up. Well, that's kind of relative because it's not. Yeah, it's not like massive. I mean, we're not talking about 14,000.
You could say, listen, it doubled. Well, when it was a tenth of what it was.
Right.
So yeah, now it's still a fraction, but you can say, oh, it doubled. That makes a real scary headline.
Right. Okay.
That's
Headlines.
true.
Talking heads. Danielle, what do you got? What's point number 3?
The point number 3 is lending standards are getting stricter. In fact, the average FICO score for a buyer today is 745. Like we've talked before, the crash, the average FICO score then was 681.
That's a dramatic difference.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, lending standards are really tight. We're all working with buyers right now, and we know what they're going through and how strict it is. There's no bad loans, so therefore, we're not getting into people using their houses, bank accounts, and all of that.
I remember back in 2007, I had a buddy that wanted to buy a house. And I was like, wow, you're going to buy a house. How are you going to get a loan? I mean, I worked at Nordstrom at the time. I was a loss prevention agent. We used to catch bad guys. Anyways, so my buddy, he had like a lowly job as well. And I'm like, how are you going to get a loan? Like, how do you make any money? He's like, oh yeah, you just tell him how much you make.
Oh yeah, stated income.
And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like,
crazy.
You just tell him like, oh, you make like so much money, or you're going to get a bonus for this much or something like that. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, it's called stated income. And I'm like, wow, that seems secure.
And now, gosh, our poor clients are like, I swear I gave this to the underwriters 5 times already. I'm like, yeah, they're just triple and quadruple checking everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. People get all upset. They're like, why do they need to see my bank account now that I'm at the end?
So that we don't crash and burn the market. That's why.
Checks and balances are in place.
The reserves that they need in your bank now that they double check. So
man, guys, is the market balancing out? Yeah, it is. Is it still technically even a seller's market on paper? I think it still is.
Yes, because sellers don't panic. What equates a seller's market is 60 to 90 days. Right now in Orange County, we are at 67 days
on market
marketing time from list to sell.
So yeah, we had this insane seller's market where sellers just really dominated the conversation. They could ask for whatever they want. They were taking people's firstborns and whatever else.
Yes, maybe a kidney.
You know, for real. Some of the things I wrote in these offers, like we will pay for your Netflix for a year.
Now we can actually do inspections and appraisals.
Wait, wasn't there one that we saw that they gave them a trip to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place. So balance is needed. Balance is welcome. Yes. Balance is nothing to be afraid of.
Balance doesn't equal crash.
Balance is good.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to turn this off because my head is huge. I'm right here. All right, signing off from Tustin.
Thanks
for
joining us.
See you guys later.